on a little out and up, and he kind of got collisioned on the route, which I thought he probably would have won, got collisioned. But we had talked about all week. I told him just to be patient. I was like, be patient. I'm going to be looking away, but I think you're going to be open. So just be in the spot. And he was the perfect spot at the right time and was able to push up in the pocket and make the throw to him, and then he got in the end zone.
Patrick, it looked pretty important to you to get that touchdown ball for Travis. Can you just describe the meaning of that and his night?
Yeah, I mean, I said it at the end on the broadcast. I mean, he's just like the true Chiefs chief. I mean, he is the guy that's been here through the whole thing, been here with Coach Reed the entire time, and he helped set the culture. You know, he helped set the culture of what it means and to play for Coach Reed and to play in Kansas City. And I was able to come in and have that guy to rely on. And so he's breaking all the records now. And he's all about the team. So I want to make sure he gets that, and hopefully we can get another football for him later in the season when he actually breaks the record.
And what's it like in that moment when you guys the deflection early? I mean, is that even something you talked to him about? You know him so well by now. I mean, how was that?
No, I mean that stuff happens. It's just like I threw an interception earlier in the game. You gotta move on from mistakes. And they were able to make plays in that first half, but luckily for us, our defense stepped up, and it's a full team. I mean, the defense steps up whenever we're struggling, and we're able to go out there and put up points in that second half, and that speaks to the grit that we have as a football team.
How are you about responding, Patrick? How were you guys able to score 21 extra points there coming out of halftime?
Yeah, when we got in the locker room, we talked about executing. You know, like sometimes you want to press and make stuff happen, especially on a big game like Monday Night Football, and we weren't doing that. They had more energy than we did, their defense versus our offense, and so we had to match their energy and execute at a higher level, and we were able to do that in that second half and start off that first drive, and then we kind of continue that momentum through the rest of the second half. Yeah, I think it shows the growth that we've had as a team. You know, offense, defense, and special teams. I think we're getting better and better each and every week. And even though we didn't start the way we wanted to today offensively, it showed that we can battle through adversity and still continue to play the brand of football that we want to play. And we'll have to continue to get better and better. This will be a great challenge this next week. And we'll have to start faster. But I was proud of how the guys responded in that second half. Well, they let me know in the helmet that we had two plays for it, and so that's just the communication that we have. And so Coach Reed, he believes in us to make those big plays and big moments. And then I think another thing that gets lost in this is he believes our defense is going to get the stop if it doesn't happen. So I mean, you got to have a belief in everybody, not just us offensively. And we were able to not that we didn't make it the first time, but we ran a play. They covered it well, and Kareem made a great job getting himself open there at the end.
Patrick, is it comforting for you? I know you talk about how much Travis sets the culture, but you're someone who knows to be creative and obviously break the play when it needs to be broken. Is it comforting to have someone like Kareem? That's obviously not his route for the touchdown, and it looked like Travis improvised his route on the touchdown as well. Is it comforting to know that guys are sort of helping you feed into your play style?
Yeah, I think we've built this chemistry over. I mean, obviously those two guys I play with a lot, but even with the receivers and with Noah and all these guys, is that we've been together for a little while now. You know, we had kind of been where we were kind of going in and out of guys and skilled players and stuff like that, but we have guys that have been here for a year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever it is now, and so they have a good feel of kind of finding those open places. I think early in the game there was a couple opportunities I didn't hit, and so the guys to continue to work with me in that second half. I mean, we had a lot of big plays happen on the kind of secondary type plays.
Patrick, what does it say about the way the team's playing? You fifth win, all of which have been by double digits or more. Last year, a lot of wins, great record, but the games were much closer. Does it feel like, as you kind of said earlier, it's starting to come together in all three phases in a way maybe last year it didn't quite, even though you were winning games?
Yeah, I mean, I know the record's not as good, but it's a lot more fun just when everybody's kind of going out there and making stuff happen. But I think we're getting better and better. You know, we lost some tough games early that we had won in previous years, but it's not like anyone hung their head. They just continue to get better and better, and that's all we have to do is push forward. And whenever the offense, the defense, and the special teams are rolling, it's fun to play football, and it's been fun to be here at Arrowhead doing it, and now we'll get to take it on the road and see if we can do it again.
We'll go across from Matt. Go ahead.
Patrick, on the long 94-yard drive, you had not only a long field, but 25 yards of penalties. How do you, as an offense, kind of sustain that? Because it's easy, I know, obviously, you get penalties behind the ball, behind the chains that you can die out of there.
Yeah, I mean, that's just like anything else. You got to pick each other up, and I mean, you have some penalties here and there, but how do you respond? And I think that just kind of speaks to the entire football game. It's just moving on to that next play. We make a play happen, and if something bad happens, let's pick each other up and make the play happen again the next time. And I think it speaks to the mindset this team has, and that's kind of the mindset I had early in my career, is that the penalties weren't going to affect us. We were going to go out there and score no matter what. And so I was proud of the guys. Like I said, I'm proud of the guys because we've been in these situations early in the season. We haven't responded well, and so it shows that we're kind of battling through now and kind of building that toughness to be able to win games like that.
Sam?
Patrick, not only the Rashid touchdown, but obviously that Travis Max protected play is the second. It seemed like you had a lot of plays. Did it feel that way on the field?
Yeah, I mean, the one to Travis, I probably should have thrown it to Xavier, and he probably scores. But I didn't, and so it's one of those on film. It's like, you should have thrown it, but you scored a touchdown anyway, so it's okay. If you don't score a touchdown, it's not as okay. And so it's I did a good job getting back to that. He was my third read, and so getting back to him, and then him working away from the guy and making a play. I left it a little inside too, and he was able to come back and make a big, strong catch on the football. And so I did a good job of that. Early in the game, I wasn't doing a good job. I mean, I'm thinking about like the first pass. I had a Tunyon over the middle, and I kind of didn't trust it and throw that ball. And so I'm doing better at that this year. It's just continue to get better and better at it.
Tom?
Patrick, on the drive after Travis had the tip drill for the interception, I think the first third down you faced, you went 3-by-2, motioned a guy. You had lots of options on that play, but you went right to Travis on the slant. Was that on purpose to get him involved to get on third down?
I don't know if it's because of the drop. I mean, that's a very reliable guy in big moments. I mean, he steps up to the occasion, and I think the interception, that ball, and that's kind of the not normal. The normal is him making the play and making a big play in a big moment. And so whenever we get the matchups, they had a lot of guys focused on Rashid and some of these other guys. Let's get it to the big 8-7 and let them get the first down and move the chains.
Last two, Todd, and then Bonnie. Go, Todd.
Patrick, Rashid didn't know the back story or anything about his quarterback play. Is there any story to that? He said, Coach Reed, mommy, I don't know. When they run that in practice, what do you think about Rashid back there?
Yeah, I mean, you get 4 and 1 in the backfield. That's tough for defenses. They got to decide if they're going to take the speed away with 1 or 4 running up the middle. And he says he can play quarterback, but I've seen him throw, so we're going to have to. I don't know about that. So we'll probably stick to running the football when they're back there.
Patrick, there was, I think, a 38 or 37-yard pass to Travis that he was in late. You just go through the design of that, how that unfolded.
Yeah, I mean, even though we haven't been hitting some of these explosive plays, the defenses are respecting it. And so that was actually a shot play down the field, or I think I had 1 and 5, and they covered him well, and the safety was extremely far deep. And Travis was supposed to block, and he was blocking, and you kind of have to play ball. And so he just released because he saw no one was guarding him, and I threw him the football, and he made a lot of stuff. He made a lot of yards and happen after the catch. He kind of stumbled. I thought he was going to hurdle the guy. He kind of stumbled a little bit, but he did a good job of getting a lot of yards after that.
Thanks, Patrick.
Taylor Swift was loud and proud as her fiancé Travis Kelce added another milestone in his career, but not without acknowledging his lady love. On Monday, Travis made history by scoring a touchdown during the Monday's game as the Kansas City Chiefs played against the Washington Commanders at Arrowhead Stadium on Monday night. The life of a showgirl musician was dressed in a red turtleneck and flashing her massive engagement ring, as her beau made his 83rd touchdown, which would go in the Chiefs' history books. The touchdown tied Travis with Priest Holmes as the Chiefs' all-time leader in total touchdowns. With one more, Kelce will stand alone at the top. Despite it being a moment about the NFL player, Travis made sure that his lady love was included in the celebration, giving a nod to the love song she wrote for him. Travis was seen performing the moves from Taylor's song, The Fate of Ophelia. The Kelce brothers' social media account acknowledged the gesture and quoted the lyrics, "Pledge allegiance to your hands, your team, your vibes." Meanwhile, Taylor was seen equally excited as she hugged and cheered with Brittany Mahomes for the big achievement. The appearance comes as Taylor, who announced her engagement with Travis in a joint post in August, wrapped her album promotions last week. The lover singer was seen reveling in the glow of her happy news as she showed off her ring and shared sweet stories about her engagements and indulged in plans for planning her wedding. Travis Kelce and the Kansas City Chiefs roared back from a shaky start to beat the Washington Commanders 28-7 at Arrowhead Stadium, extending their winning streak to 3 games. The 36-year-old tight end scored the 83rd touchdown of his career to help seal the victory, tying Priest Holmes for the most total touchdowns in Chiefs franchise history. The Commanders were without their starting quarterback Jaden Daniels for a third game this season due to a hamstring injury. Many expected the Chiefs to dominate early, but the first half did not go according to plan. Star quarterback Patrick Mahomes endured a rough opening, throwing interceptions on his first 2 drives, a first in his career. One of those came on a pass intended for Kelce that bounced off his hands and was picked off by Commanders linebacker Bobby Wagner. Fortunately for Kansas City, Washington failed to capitalize, squandering both turnovers with 2 failed fourth-down conversions and an interception of their own. The first half was weird, admitted Chiefs head coach Andy Reid after the game, which went into halftime tied at 7-7. There wasn't a lot of punting on either side, and there were no points on the board. That normally doesn't go on. Mahomes found Kareem Hunt in the end zone for the team's first touchdown of the second half before Kelce added another, etching his name into the Chiefs' record books. Rashee Rice later scored to put the game out of reach, extending Kansas City's lead to 21 points. Kelce turned in his best performance of the season, catching 6 passes on 9 targets for 99 yards and a touchdown. His score also marked the 75th touchdown connection between him and Mahomes, making them only the 3rd quarterback and tight end duo in NFL history to reach that milestone. "He's the true Chiefs' chief," Mahomes said of Kelce. "He's been the guy that's been here through the whole thing. He helped set the culture of what it means to play for Coach Reid and Kansas City." Fourth down dominance. The Chiefs' commanding second-half performance reinforced why they remain one of the league's most dangerous offensive teams. Kansas City has converted 87.5% of its fourth-down attempts this season, the highest success rate among teams with at least 10 tries. Against Washington, they converted twice on fourth down, including Hunt's touchdown. Commanders' struggles continue. The defeat leaves the Commanders battling to keep their playoff hopes alive after winning 12 games last season. Injuries have ravaged their roster, and at 3-5, they desperately need to recover form ahead of their next matchup against the 5-2 Seattle Seahawks. While Taylor Swift has been keeping a low profile at her fiancé Travis Kelce's football games this season, she's still in the stands supporting her man, even if in secret. While she hasn't made her signature grand entrance into Arrowhead Stadium this year or been photographed from the suite in a WA-gified fit, the mega star has been spotted at games by eagle-eyed fans. Not to mention, she's been by Kelce's side during post-game celebrations. Once again, Swift assumed the role of supportive bride-to-be during the Kansas City Chiefs' October 27 home game against the Washington Commanders. Swift wore a red turtleneck, black jeans, and her sparkly engagement ring on her left hand to take in the game alongside friend Brittany Mahomes, who also wore a red turtleneck.